In this video, I'm going to show you the Excel skills for section 9.1, which is creating scatter plots, seeing if there's a linear relationship, and determining the correlation coefficient R. So to make a scatter plot, we start off by highlighting our data. And I've got this data here, it's in rows, but it doesn't matter if it's in rows or columns. You'll just highlight either both rows or both columns, and then go up to the top to Insert, Scatter, and pick the very first option without any lines connecting the dots. So we want to make a scatter plot with just dots. And once we have our scatter plot, if you click on it, it should take you to the Design tab. If it doesn't, go and click on it, and then change your layout to Chart Layout 1, so that we have places to title and label everything. So this is rainfall in inches, the yield of wheat in bushels per acre. And so the question is trying to see, does rainfall determine wheat production? So if you have more rain, you produce more wheat. So maybe I'll just call it rain versus wheat. Doesn't really matter what you title and label things, as long as it conveys the point. And then one thing I always do is I always click on this extra data label and then hit the delete button on my keyboard, because it makes my graph a little bit bigger, and I just like having a little bit more room to see my data. So there we have our graph, and it looks like the dots are forming more or less a straight line going up. So I would say that this is a linear correlation, because the dots are forming a straight line, and it's actually a positive linear correlation because the dots are going up. Remember, if it's a positive linear correlation, the dots go up in a straight line, and if it's a negative linear correlation, the dots go down in a straight line. And this one actually looks really good. There's not a whole lot of fluctuation in the data. So in context of the problem, we would say that it appears that as rain increases, the wheat yield is greater. So as the rain goes up, the yield also goes up. So it does look like more rain produces more wheat. We want to capture that idea mathematically, and we do that with the correlation coefficient R. And so R gives us a number that tells us how well do these dots form a straight line. So to calculate R, please do not use that crazy formula in your book. Use Excel. Excel makes life much better. But we're going to go up to Function Wizard, change it to Statistical, and I'm going to go down to the Correl function for correlation. And then for array 1, highlight all of your x values. And for array 2, highlight your y values. And so this tells us that our correlation coefficient is 0.9808, which is really close to 1. Remember, the closer it is to 1 or negative 1, the stronger the correlation. So this is a really strong correlation, and because it's positive, it confirms what we already saw, that it's a positive linear correlation. So the more rain that falls, the more wheat is grown.